The only thing I won't do is corporate gigs.
Yeah.
Because I don't like people telling me what not to say.
Right.
But anything else, I say yes. I mean, I'm confident in that way. I feel like I have a big following, and I feel like, and my fans are so fun. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, I feel very blessed. So I know I have confidence.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you excited after you get your hour out to rebuild an hour, or does that give you anxiety?
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break after that.
How long does it take you to write the hour?
This hour took 25 years.
First.
Yeah. You know, George.
This is your first special?
I've never done a special before.
Oh,
Yeah.
where is it? I want to go.
Yeah. I've never done one before. So it's like, this is the first time where a company went, here's the money that I thought I deserved, right? And there was like, and the excitement, you know what I mean? You know, the other companies, they were always like, well, pitch it to us, or, you know what I mean? We have to come see you run it 10 times or whatever like
Right.
that. But this company was like, we don't even have to see it. We want to do it. Let's fucking do
Yeah.
it. So that's why I'm doing it. So I'm a little nervous, but
Oh, I saw you're on every like billboard, every bus stop and all that stuff. The Hulu. You're on the Hulu.
no, I'm not on the Hulu. That's Frankie Quinones. Anyway, yeah, next year I will be with Sebastian's on my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maniscalco. So I don't know, dude. I'm going to shoot in San Diego. It's going to be at the Balboa Theater, January 23rd and 24th. And, you know, I'm going to be ready. And then we'll see what happens.
Listen, motherfucker, if you're not ready by January 23rd, I'll fucking come and fucking take you and nobody will ever see you again.
Yeah. But because I'm getting paranoid of like, is this cool? Or, you know what I mean? I'm just going to put everything that gets a laugh. Because sometimes I think like, you know, I get influenced by hipsters, like your type.
My type.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The East Side, you know what I mean? The skinny jeans, you know what I mean? The handlebar mustache, you know what I mean? And they're like, you know what I mean?
I love that you're talking about hipsters from like 2006.
No, what I'm saying, I'm saying, you know, comics that talk about Kierkegaard or like Rachmaninoff, you know what I mean? These references, right? And I'm like, I want to be cool too, but I talk about like my ding dong and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my anus and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I think to myself that that it's low brow, but they get big laughs. So I'm just gonna do what feels like it's gonna get a laugh, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
What?
That is cool.
Yeah. I might do a musical number at the end.
So you never been offered a special before? Or never pursued one?
Well, what happened one time, and I don't know if this is really, I'll just name it. A couple of years ago, all my fans were like, where's your special? So I thought, you know, let me see, try to get a deal. So we reached out to the biggest one, and they go, we don't know. We'll give him a 15-minute one.
Oh.
Right? And after they said that, I was like, oh, no one wants one. You know what I mean? Until like, and then.
You don't say names?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever that
Yeah.
just said. Yeah. So I just, you know, when this Hulu came, I was like, that's the right amount of enthusiasm because I think that I'm a part of, you know what I mean, the comedy community. Also, I have a voice that's different. I do comedy that's different. And I've paid my dues, man. I got Mad TV in 2000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been doing.
great there.
Yeah, I was just doing everything. I've done everything, man. It's like, just give me something, you know what I mean? And so they're going to do it.
Fucking 25 years ago, man.
I know.
He said 2000. I was like, fucking 25 years.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Fast.
Yeah, and I feel I'm so glad that I found a new audience. It makes me feel like I have some relevancy still. You know?
No, but this is like if you saw somebody do sets or you became a fan of theirs from television, and then they see you here, it's more personal here.
Yeah.
Than it is on TV. Like you get a following. Oh, they really like him on TV because he's funny. But this, I mean, is deeper. Following, more soulful. They see you in a different element. They see what you are. Then that's the following you want.
Yeah, because they know about my trauma. I don't want to talk about myself, but the trauma and my, you know, the dark times when I grew up, because I grew up in a very violent home and all that stuff. It was pretty dark, dude. And although my parents loved me, it was just like Korean rage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you get a B on your report card, you get beaten, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. So, you know.
So they must be fucking thrilled you're a comedian.
Well, you know, when I did I've said this 1,000 times before, but when I did the Tonight Show, my dad called me the next day and he goes, how much you pay them?
That's what
he thought that I called Jay Leno. They go, here's 20 grand. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't know how it works.
Right.
And when I said, no, this is a miracle that I got this. I'm a doorman at the store. And they asked a doorman to do the Tonight Show. And obviously after the Tonight Show, I quit my job at the Comedy Store as an employee. But it's like, but then later when I got Mad TV, they did sketches with us.
Oh,
Yeah, I did a sketch with Ike Barinholtz with my dad a couple of times. It
Right.
was pretty fun. But the last question I want to ask you, George, is what else do you want to do in your career?
well, I want to go until 2029 because it's 50 years.
Oh, wow.
So, my grandfather used to tell me I was fucking lazy and I wasn't going to be shit. And, it wasn't fun. My grandma told me I wasn't funny and all those things that you talk about. So I was like, if I could do 50 years, I think 50 years is a long time.
Yeah.
So if I'd go to 2029. I talked about retiring, but I think, the show comes back. There's some movies there, produce some stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe do some young comic stuff. And I've learned a lot in the 25 years.
Yeah.
And I produced over almost 200 episodes of TV. So you would say that I'd share it out a little bit, run it out a little bit.
But at 29,
But not as removed as I was 25 years ago, or not as distant as I was. I was really distant. Nobody kind of really knew me.
Yeah.
And then in this new thing, I'm a little more accessible than.
yeah, of course, dude. And but I just don't. I can't see myself not going up.
Yeah.
I'll retire, but I think I'd always do spots. Don't you think, or no?
I could see myself not going up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long time, It's
a
different,
long
and it's
time.
different. It's different. Everybody has different needs of it.
Yeah.
Can you see yourself not going up because that time is sacred to you, or because you think you've said everything you wanted to do?
Well, I think you always have something to say. I mean, things the way shit is right now. But I think in a way of that, it's given you so many opportunities. From just writing on a piece of paper. 3 Grammy nominations, and then whatever the stuff is, and movies and stuff, and all from that. So I think I appreciate it respectfully. Always love it, but I could see myself taking a bit of a sidestep.
Yeah. Pulling a Gene Hackman, just disappear.
Letting the fucking rats eat me and fucking. Damn.
Yeah, we still don't know what.
I don't care where you live. When someone
Yeah.
goes into your house and they're not supposed to be there, they look at this shit. You're like, who the fuck would live in that?
I know.
That's a nice place, but I mean, all the places that you see,
Yeah.
they all look like motherfucking hovel. Like people are in their fucking bed.
Yeah, but also you have money, Gene.
Yeah.
Go to Hawaii, right? Buy an
Right.
island.
That's right.
Right. That's what I would have. I would have bought island.
But also, he's really old and fragile. So
Okay.
His wife, you have money. I would say his wife should not have been taking care of him. He should have had round the clock people taking care of him.
Dude, there's gonna be 20 people taking care of me, checking up on.
So you're not having dip, watching TV, eating fucking roach caca and shit.
Yeah.
rats and shit. That's what it's all that shit that got him. That the house was fucking dirty, man.
Wow. No house cleaner. Wow.
They like right. That's a thing, man. When you got,
When you have dementia, you mean?
or when you're in
the
a
rats, the rats gave hantavirus to the wife, and then the wife couldn't care for him since she died first.
What's a
That's right.
What's a hunter?
Yeah.
What's hunter?
It's something that rats give you.
Wow. If I see one rat, I'm gonna get a guy
They have
to
to
do.
bite you to get it?
No, they're just being around. It's like a disease that you get.
That's
catch from,
crazy.
like rat.
dude. That's man.
That's crazy.